Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, City Current CEO, Jeremy Park.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, powered by Higginbotham. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference, empowering the good. And in this case, we're talking about the power of music. And that's why we're honored to have with us Yelena Ovando. She's the co-owner and executive director with Music Box. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. Thanks, Jeremy. How are you?
Doing well. I love talking about music, and especially when you're talking about teaching music and understanding the power of it. And so you and your husband have a very cool story leading to the launch of Music Box. Go ahead and give us some background.
That's right. Well, first of all, thank you for having us on the show. We are super honored, super excited. The story is really simple, and it's kind of actually funny. We were watching the little-known movie Greatest Showman as a family on a couch one day, I want to say about circa 2018, and the kids, who are very musical, we are a musical family, and they were looking at us both and said, we should open our own school. And we said, ha, ha, ha. And then, the rest was kind of history. And I am joking, but not joking. The idea was so much bigger than us at that point. And both of us were searching for something elevated in our careers at that point. So I have had different stints in a variety of corporate 500 Fortune companies in the Memphis area. I went through marketing, branding, and financial and sales training, all the good stuff. So I had a very different life. And so the entrepreneurial story to me just sounded crazy. We're very risk averse. We're, very used to just the stability of it. So, and my husband is a musician, he's just complacent with all things music. We don't need much. And so he has just been chugging along these folks that got scholarships to Berkeley, went to LA and did all these great things. And I just kept thinking, we should clone you, dude. We should do something with this. There's something there. And our kids are super musical themselves. And we were struggling to find instruction that they would stick with. So we tried different things. We knew what not to do. We're both trained musicians, Alex and I. I know enough to be dangerous. And, we're a trilingual family, tricultural. So we both learned the same things, but in a very different way, and arrived at the same result. But happy to say, so far so good, knock on wood. Both kids play 5+ instruments. Both kids are happy. They are involved in all the demoing, all the, creating the programs, the testing, the evangelizing of the brand. So we're literally a mom and pop shop in the best sense of the word. We are small business, diversity certified. We are super excited to create this meaningful impact in the community, but this is how we got started.
Well, and so it's a social enterprise, it's music lessons, it's production as well. And so there's a lot to unpack. Let's go ahead and start diving in. When you describe Music Box and everything from camps and lessons, one-on-one to group, and then the production element as well, how do you describe Music Box?
I describe Music Box as a fun place. Okay, we're a fun first school, but the reason we approach our enterprise like that is because you can only learn from a fun, safe, creative, and nurturing place. No one ever should suffer through a music lesson, but everybody really wants some sort of control in their music journey, whether it's parents that are juggling all the different activities. And, I always say we never compete with another music school. We always compete with birthday parties and soccer teams and, all the, siblings activities and all that good stuff. So it's all good. But, we should be making it easy for folks to start taking music lessons, finding their thing. So our mission has nothing to do with learning the music notes, right? It has everything to do with making sure that people when they cross our doors and when they consume our services, they become a better and more confident version of themselves wherever they are in life, different walks of life, different ages, different cultures, different wants and needs and musical styles. And what all of that makes us who we are. Between our student body and our teacher body, we have 37 languages spoken. I didn't know so many existed, right? Some continents count for like 17 plus, so that's okay. But that's what we're discovering, right? We're discovering empathy. We're discovering leadership skills and life skills, right? Lots of kids and adults come here with the goal in mind, right? They want to overcome stage fright. They want to be able to stand up to their bully at school. They want to be able to express themselves to their friends. They want to write music. They want to make an impact. Whatever big or small or trivial that goal is, everybody has something here at Music Box. Now, we provide variety of different ways to consume music instruction. That's music lessons, that's one-on-one group. You can start here at any level. You can be very advanced and still get training to be even more advanced, or you can be a very beginner with no musical experience. So with that in mind, everybody is welcome. So when they come in, we make sure that they're welcome and they can consume music on their terms. So, music production, you mentioned, is a hit, right? We teach music as a language because it can be conveyed, it can be heard, it could be read or written. And our curriculums actually focus on music as a language. And that's why we've seen so much progress and such a fast progression through the grade levels. But really, that songwriting and music production is the conversational piece that a lot of music instruction is missing these days. So when we introduce it, folks get better at their respective instrument, no matter what it is. When we introduce it, they can express themselves so much better. So we're training a holistic musician, not just the one that can decode a sheet music, and it's like Latin, right? Almost. Versus what we do is, hey, let's immerse ourselves into all the complexities, right? And we have the technology in the music production world or else to bring it down to your level or take it up to your level. It's the same song, right? So we teach a lot of music that folks can relate with. We teach a lot of Baby Sharks. We teach a lot of Taylor Swift. All the basics, all the 12 notes could be learned on that one music piece that you can relate to. So, I can obviously talk your ear off about, Music Box and what else we do. But the best way to really try us out is to schedule a trial class. And then you can meet the teacher, meet everybody, see the vibe, see if it's for you. It's risk-free. We do a lot of camps, which is another way to interact with the school and see, if you're a timid musician, if you're like, oh, I don't know if it's for me, come see one of our camps. And it's just 1 week and it's a lot of fun and we'll be happy to see you.
Well, and just like you're saying, there's so much to be gained by music. And when you think about the power of music being an international language, being able to build confidence and build and share your identity. I mean, there's so many things that music is so powerful as a vehicle to transform your life and career. And obviously career with the music production. And so for those who can see you on screen, you've got the drum set behind you. So it's drums, guitar, piano, ukulele. I mean, talk about the different musical instruments. And then also too, the fact you have a physical location, obviously. So talk about that in Germantown as well.
Yes. Great question. So we do teach everything that goes into a modern band. We focus on piano, keys. We teach electric and acoustic guitar. We teach electric bass, drum set, ukulele, music production. And, in all of those instruments, we also teach improvisation and composition. So that's kind of, very, very simple. We sometimes dabble into DJing, but it's kind of blending with music production world. And all of the, we were open pre-COVID about 4 or 5 months. So that was like the best time to open, the business. But nonetheless, we persevered through it, did the right thing, came back in a hybrid instruction. And so we do teach in the physical location, but also online. A lot of times when, we beg folks to not pause the lessons because that's progress, that's meaningful. But for that reason, we embrace teaching kids from Walmart carts or from the beach where they take their keyboard with them and they take a lesson online, or they are doing that with their friend, or while they're taking a lesson, they're same time performing for their family. So all of those different formats are welcome. But what we've learned through COVID as well is that music is such a social thing. You have to be able to share your skills for good. So for that reason, we operate in a physical location in Germantown. We have about 300 students at this point, and about 10 to 15 teachers at a given point in time. All of our instructors are accredited, and they are wonderful multi-instrumentalists and multilinguists. And what I was going to say is that I guess it's safe to announce that we also just closed on the building in Collierville. So we're bringing our joint, I guess, into just about 25 minutes away from the current location. But the Germantown location will stay here, so not to worry. We are expanding our services. We are still doing lots of community engagement events. And so we're still here, just spreading the love to a different city.
Yeah, congratulations. That's growth is always a good thing. So that's awesome. Talk about some of the storylines in terms of giving back, because I know that you've had some news coverage tied to working with families that are undergoing treatment at St. Jude. There's a lot of really cool storylines on just using music as a blessing. And so talk about just giving back, community engagement, why that's so important.
It is very important for us because that's our rich life. You know what I mean? When people say, what is it meaningful to you? Was it the reason that we opened the school was because we knew that music is so impactful. It can enrich the community in so many ways, but little did we know, now we're still discovering many, many big ways that music can touch your life. And so through this awful pandemic, we have learned that music connects things, and music teachers are heroes. And there's so much to uncover here, but it's good for your emotional health, good for your physical health. And there's just such a meaningful way to spread the love of music and the power of music. And we encourage all of our students and parents to do the same. So when we open up something like, instead of, trying to go and invest and sponsor something just with the money, with a check, which we're happy to do if warranted, but just going over there and performing instead, right? It's not a cheap enterprise, to do that, but it's so much more meaningful. So giving back in this meaningful way has always been important to us. I work with Girl Scouts, and we do a lot of, Girl Scout workshops and back patches, and, we'll go and perform for the girls and, all of that. Alex has always had this soft side for going to the hospitals and performing for kids and lifting their spirits up and things like that. We were reaching out to all the charitable organizations here in town over the course of 5 years, and everybody embraces the power of music, right? So whether we're performing or whether we're sending a virtual camp performance link or something, or dedicating something to a kid that's in a hospital, we'll just send them a little video of get well soon. And that little act of kindness goes such a long way. And we teach quite a few folks on just a scholarship. We're a for-profit business, but we are social enterprise. We take a huge chunk. The chunk that, I can spare, we will always spare. But we take that and we intentionally invest it back in the community. None of our performances are for pay. It's always free. Every time we perform in the community, it's free to public. And so much so that we can't stop. We reached out to this Make Music Day Foundation recently. And I guess if that's okay, we can talk about that Music Day Festival. I'm just so excited about it. We always try to not reinvent the wheel. And we're always looking for best practices because, we're small business, we're DIYers, right? I'd rather steal a best practice rather than sit here and, think of it. So we were looking outside of US for best practices, right? We were looking for coaches and mentors in the areas where we would struggle and different from different industries to just say, how can we champion this positive change in the music industry world? How can we make and evangelize meaningful careers? How can we create meaningful, joyful festivals and things like that? And I'm not talking about big scale. I'm talking about events that are non-intimidating and accessible for regular folks that may not have been labeled as musical, right? But so we've been looking for a while, but we were in California this one a few months ago with a family at the NAM Foundation. This is the biggest musical event of the year. And we were in the session about Make Music Day. And I was, oh, wow, that sounds great. So little do we know, we now opened a chapter in Germantown, which represents the whole of Tennessee, but it's a very different concept. It's a all-day celebration. It started in France, and there's more on our website. You can go to makemusicday.org/Germantown, and you can learn all about it. But we're going to have our first annual festival held in Germantown this year. It's on the solstice day, June 21st. It's a celebration across all of Germantown and Germantown surrounding areas, Memphis, and, Collierville, and all of the surrounding areas, really. I mean, you can be on the moon for all I care. It's just, tune in to us. But there's going to be virtual events. There's going to be giant floor pianos made from, potato peels. There's going to be stuff like ukulele circles, harmonica circles. We will be doing bucket drumming. It's just fun and exciting for all. It's music. It's what community is all about. So I can't wait to share out more about that. But that's what we do at Music Box. We try to champion change. We try to make it accessible for everyone. And it's just our business model is, come have fun. Music is therapeutic. It's great.
Absolutely. So Make Music Day is June 21st, and you mentioned the website. Go ahead and wrap up with the website for Music Box. Where can we go to learn more, to get involved, and take those next steps?
All right. Well, I'm all about social and websites. Our handle is simple. It's at 901 Music Box Inc. And we are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, and we are on YouTube. So reach out to us. We're always on. We're always answering. We'd love to hear from you. Our website is musicboxinc.com. That main landing page can take you to all the services, all of the charity work that we do. You can get in touch with us through there as well. But you can also call. Some folks love to pick up the phone, and we'd love to answer 901-626-0973.
Well, Yelena, thank you for all you and your amazing team do to power the good. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Higginbotham Insurance and Financial Services is proud to power the City Current Show. We're a people-first company that protects what matters most, the families, businesses, and trailblazers that keep our community going. As one of the nation's top independent insurance firms, Higginbotham is a single-source solution for business insurance, employee benefits, HR services, and personal insurance that's customized for you. We're here to serve you, the people you care about, and your community. Call 866-377-1959 or visit higginbotham.com.